That's where you are. Been looking all over for you. Since the last video, England have lost the Euros. We have a new government and the country's even more fucked. We was once run, you know, we was an empire. The country was run by an emperor. Then we was a kingdom run by a king. Now we're a country run by a... You get the gist. Anyway, enough of me being silly. I hope you're all well, and what you been up to? I mean, you're probably asking me that question because it's been well over a month, isn't it? And look at the oats! They're dying, they're nearly ready. We've got to spray them the Roundup. We've been cutting, we've cut what, 35 acre of winter barley. That's all the winter barley we had. Well, all the winter barley we got drilled. We cut that, average yield, not the best, not the worst. Not fantastic. Fair bit of straw off it though, so. And now yesterday, it's Monday today, Monday the 5th of August. Yesterday, we just started cutting the spring barley, and know what you're thinking. Spring barley, Rob? Yeah, spring barley. I'm just seeing if that irrigator's, yep, my irrigator's coming, so we're gonna move that this morning. But, yeah, we're cutting the spring barley because Dad sprayed it off a Roundup well over a week ago, so that's why we're able to get on and cut that. You know, we've got a little combine, we've got a lot to do, so helping the crops forward by spraying them off, we need to get on. It's the 5th of August. We would finished last year cutting all the barley, and I think we even cut some wheat, I can't remember, but yeah, everything's behind. Everything was late drilled. I think everything that was drilled in the winters not going to be so good than what everything was drilled in the spring, because it's had wet feet for such a long time. I know the spring's been wet, but yeah, we'll see how we get on today. We've got to move an irrigator, pull that back out, start that up. We've got 5 acre to finish in one field, then we've got to move over to farm 2. That we've got spring barley, we've got what, 40 some odd acre down there to cut. I think we've got hopefully another 200 some odd ton to fit in the shed, and I'll show you the shed as well. Oh, what a morning. Beauty. Here are the tates, look, they're just starting to die off now. We are the 5th of August, like I said, but yeah, they've had their flowering, they've gone through the flowering stage, and Dad sprays them every week for blight and feeds them as well. And yeah, I don't know whether you've seen, whether you can remember the gangway we left in the middle of the field so we could irrigate both ways, because she's quite a long field. But we'll get this turned round, spin it round, and then go down this tram line. Jobs are good. Right, so Dad's just reeling that out now. He's going to put it, once he's reeled that out, disconnect it from the tractor yon end, and then he'll go back and put the reel in gear. Whereas on the pump just here, we're still sucking out the dike. Obviously, with the wet winter and everything, the water levels being fairly high, and we've got a water license as well, we may as well keep sucking out the dike instead of sucking out the pit. But we had fuel issues with this the other day. Oh, it's a nightmare. So it kept surging on me. So 1 minute it'll just go 1500 revs and then back down again. Oh yeah, we always get fuel issues with this because you're constantly filling it up with fuel and just keep stirring the tank about. But that inlet there, so that sucks the fuel up. All that in the tank was all like jelly in that inlet. So it was just trying to suck up absolute rubbish at the bottom of the tank. Yeah, we was out here 9:30, 10 o'clock. Me and Dad was trying to figure this out, and then yeah, we got it all the fuel lines cleaned out. Then it's a pain in the arse. It's a 4-cylinder Perkins to prime up. It's absolute pain, but we got it going in the end. It kept cutting out yesterday as well. We was combining and it kept cutting out, but the fan belt was slipping. We tightened that up and then we ran it the rest of the night. And so I'm just using my gilet as a rag here, just checking the oil. Yeah, she's all right. It's all right. I'll put a drop in it. She's fairly full up, but I'll put a drop in it. Bit of priming, not too bad. We've got water now. You can see that pipe's gone solid. We've got pressure on the screen. 2 bar pressure at the moment. Just running at about 1200 revs, just to see when Dad rings me to tell me that there's water at the reel. Then I'll start pressurising it up by revving it up. That's job number 1 sorted. Dad's going to clean the combine now. I'm going to shift last year, well, probably a trailer load of last year's wheat, put that in a trailer, because I think we're going to go down and cut more spring barley off my new field that I'm renting, 15 acre. So we're going to put that, try and keep that separately, but I'm going to sell it because I need the money. So we're going to put that separately so I know exactly what I've got to sell, and then I'm going to sell it. It's shocking money at the moment, but I can't afford to keep it. pretty much. So I need to sell it, and then that'll pay a few things off: seed, fertiliser, rent. Well, it wouldn't pay it all off, obviously. It'll only do a tiny bit. 15 acre would, but we'll see when we get combining later. Right, we'll do a few jobs. I'll put you on charge and we'll meet up with you later on. Okay, so Dad's just gone down the field. You just see him leave the yard. This is a mixture of winter barley and the spring barley. You can tell the difference in colour, whatever, on the camera. So winter barley, spring barley. That's why we grew, well, we grew two varieties so we can store them in the same shed, because sometimes if you store winter barley with spring barley, it could knacker the sample up, I think. So that's what the grain merchant said anyway. So we started off in here with the extendo elevator, but I can't tip up the old trailer that we got into the hopper very well. Even though we've adjusted the hopper, it's still too low. So I'm having to use the cross conveyors, but it's not a problem. It does feel the shed nice. Anyway, today, or just now, we're going down, like I was saying, on 15 acre that I rent. So we're going to put that in that shed with the other elevator, leave these coupled up for later on when we get back on Dad's. So this is all Dad's. But any of you want to say, oh, why don't you just tailgate it in this shed? Well, look at the angle of the shed. It is effectively a lean-to, and we put 3 metre grain wall in. You see us do that last year, and you'd never fill this shed, you'd never get it as high as that, because the telehandler would you just hit the roof. I've tried pushing up in here, and it's not ideal. But my pedestals that I bought from a sale, they are in there. I went and bought, well, we went and bought another fan. I brought one fan, which is on top of there. That's my biggest fan. I'll stop with the cheesy jokes. But you can tell it's dressing up a lovely sample in the heat. The old 62 combine operator's got us set up just right. And most of this is coming in at, well, it's a mixture of 14.2% and 14.5% yesterday. But you'd never feel this shed like what I am doing without the extendo elevator. You can see it's a bit lower at the back because I've got the height here. It'll hit the roof, but you can get into the corners. I can boom round my pedestals, and then my fans just sit on top there. They should do 60 to 65 ton each pedestal should. And then I've got the screw-in ones in the corner just to cool it down, because barley tends to sweat in the heat, and it can heat up, and then you got problems. So if you can take that sweat off it and cool it down, it will store for longer, it will store for better, and you'll also get the moisture out of it as well, because there's some green grain, so they'll eventually dry out, and then that won't put your moisture up. However, we're going to see what the moisture is now. It is currently 20 to 11, and he's just set off with a combine. Like I say, we're going to tip my field in here so I know exactly what tonnage per acre I'm going to be getting. Like I said, I'm going to sell it out of here anyway, so I shall just dump the 15 acre in here and then pull the elevator out, shove it up on a lorry whenever I get a lorry, and jobs are good, and get some money in the bank. I've just realised I've had the GoPro settings wrong. You've been bouncing about all over the place. Now I've just altered them, so you can tell I ain't done this in a while. Right, this is the third trailer load. He's just making an opening now in the field. The moisture is 16. So, well, the weather said it was going to be sunny today. Classic, it's not. There's not a lot of dry. But you're probably wondering, well, why are you cutting? It's 16% moisture, it's got to be below 15. Well, we've got a small combine, we've got a lot of land to cut. And it's flat on the, well, not flat on the floor, the whole field, but there's parts of it that's flat on the floor. So, and Dad's only going steady. That is the reason. So we'll cut it at 16. I'll move the elevator, put it in the wet shed, and we'll dry it another day. I'm pretty sure by tomorrow morning this straw is going to be all over the place. It's windy now. That's the only thing that's dry in this. You can see it's like an absolute carpet in places. Dad's got the header right down and he's scratching that up. And yeah, good job we sprayed it with Roundup like I was saying, because all these bits will still be green. The Roundup's just killed them off. But I'm just going to go get a scoop full of barley out of this trailer, and I've got the moisture meter with me. See if she's got any drier in the last half hour. 16.5% moisture. We're cutting. We're cutting. That's got that one backed up. Mum's just emptying that now. But there's not a lot of sun kicking about today. There really ain't. I tell you, weather forecasts, shocking. So nearly done my 15 acre. The elevator's out the door. I've had 8 trailer loads off 15 acre. So 3 ton, 3.2 ton an acre, maybe 3.5. Don't know yet till it's on the lorry. So that ain't bad going. I'll tell you, the spring stuff so far, what we've cut, is better than the winter stuff. But we're going to have some tea in a minute. It's nearly 6 o'clock. We have a lorry, two lorry loads of fertiliser coming tomorrow. So all that's got to be shifted tonight. Also, me and Dad are going to have to move the irrigator again. Pull that back out tonight. And also start in another field over farm 2 as well, but hopefully it's dry. This is 15.2. So by the time he drops in another field, we've only got 1 trailer load left in my field, which will be the 8th trailer load, and then he's going to go into another field over farm 2. That might be 14 and a half, so we might be able to put it in the other shed. But it's filling up nicely. We ain't going to get done till late tonight with the jobs we got to do. So thank you very much for watching. I'll end this here. I'll start videoing again tomorrow as well. Try and get back into it. But it's been a pleasure. It's been quite nice to jump back on the camera. Now I found it. But anyway, we'll see you later on. Hope you're all well, and I look forward to the comments. I'll try and reply to them. And yeah, just generally, thank you very much. See you later. Ta.